up guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie if you've never seen my face before, and I'm so happy you're here today. For today's video, I wanted to do like a fall slash kind of winter TBR. I'll probably do another one, so I don't really want to include winter, but kind of the books that I plan on reading in the months of October and into November. That's what I want to show you guys today. I get new books all the time, so this list will change as the month goes on, but right now with the physical books I have, these are the ones that I plan on trying to get through in the fall time. As we all know, it is spooky season now, so I definitely want to continue reading thrillers, but I also want to throw other books in there and not just do thrillers all throughout spooky season, because that obviously can get repetitive. So I want to show you guys the books that I'm kind of planning on reading, but without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, first up we have Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. I've shown this one before, but it is a thriller, and basically it's about this girl who was under the care of a renowned child psychologist for multiple years. The psychologist decides to stop their meeting, so she feels super abandoned and ends up following him around and discovering a bunch of secrets, and then she ends up going missing. So basically it's all about the disappearance of her and, you know, all the secrets uncovered. So I think it sounds super interesting. Let me know if you've read this or any of the books I will show you. I'll definitely get to this one soon because I think it sounds super great and I'm excited to read it. Next up we have The Sanatorium. Again, I've talked about this one or shown it. Part of Reese Witherspoon's book club, which we love. I'm obsessed with the cover. It's definitely part of the reason I ended up looking at this one and just picking it up in the bookstore. The newly renovated Hotel Les Sommets, a former sanatorium high in the Swiss Alps, has long been plagued by dark rumors. When Detective Elin Warner's estranged brother Isaac and his fiancée Lori invite her to celebrate their engagement at the hotel, Elin reluctantly accepts. Arriving in the midst of a threatening storm, Elin immediately feels on edge, and when Laura suddenly vanishes, Elin must trust her instincts if they hope to find her. When the snow cuts off all access to Les Sommets, the remaining guests start to panic. Then another woman disappears, and she's the only person who could have warned them of just how much danger they're in. Next up we have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, which Sarah Caroli recommended to me. So I have to read it because, I mean, she's like queen of books, so I have to read this one. I'm very excited about it. She said it's her favorite thriller, so we're definitely gonna read this. This is about a couple, and every anniversary they exchange traditional gifts. Adam's wife writes him a letter she never lets him read until now. Self-confessed workaholic Adam Wright has face blindness. He can't even recognize his own name. Why can't I not talk today? He can't even recognize his own wife, and Amelia is sick of feeling unseen. When Adam and Amelia went a weekend away to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. This weekend may make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. So I kind of want to read this book after the current thriller I'm reading because I've just heard great things. I feel like I have to read it. Definitely on the TBR for fall, and more specifically October. Next we have another thriller. I promise there's other books besides thrillers in here if you're not much of a thriller reader, but this is The Woman in Cabin 10. I am not even sure what this one's about. There's like not really a synopsis of it anywhere. An edge of your seat thriller and set on the most beautiful yacht in the world, full of great characters and twists. Y'all should check it out. That is from Reese Witherspoon, so it's gotta be, you know, somewhat good. I literally have no idea what this is about, but it looks quite interesting. Next we have A Court of Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR as you guys call it. This is a fantasy, and I am not a fantasy reader. I've never read a fantasy. They don't honestly sound super interesting to me, but I've heard a billion things about this series, so I feel like I have to give it a try and see if the hype is worth it, because I've heard it is. I know, I'm sure a ton of you guys have read this, so let me know if it's worth it in the comments, because I would love to try different genres. I need to try some new things and not only stick with like thrillers and romances. So we're definitely gonna give this a try. I just don't know when. I'm hoping by the end of the year, if not sooner. So let me know your thoughts. If you want a reading vlog, let me know and I'll try to give it to you. Next up is Delilah Green Doesn't Care. This is an LGBTQ+ book, and I just wanted to throw this in here because I personally love reading these kind of books because I'm part of the community and we love the representation. It's just a cute little lesbian romance moment. I think it'd just be a fun little fall read to, you know, fantasize about the romance. So that's why I added this one. Next up we have A Little Life. I want to read this so badly. The cover is just like, this is honestly one of the best covers I have ever seen. It just brings you in. You want to know everything because of this cover. I really want to read this. It's almost an 800-page book. Very, very long. Again, like I've talked about this before, I think I just have to be in a certain mental state to read this because it is, I've heard, very sad. I think I can do it soon. We'll see. I definitely want to get to it. It's very intriguing to me. I would love to elaborate on it more once I read it, but let me know if you read this down below and your thoughts, if I can get through it. So we'll see. Next up is The Flat Share. I've had this one for a little bit on my TBR. It is a romance based in New York City. The cover is absolutely everything. It's so cute. And sometimes you just need to throw romances in. So I definitely want to read this. I think it's just a cute little light read, and I've heard great things about this, so I will hopefully get to this one very soon. Next is The Maidens. We're getting down to the last few books I have right now. I again have talked about this before, but it is the same author as The Silent Patient, which is one of my 5-star books. I have to read this one. Like, I just have to, you know, compare. There's a little bit of Greek mythology in it, I'm pretty sure, but nothing that we can't get past. So I'm excited to read this and kind of compare it to The Silent Patient, not in like the same storyline kind of way, but just like the writing, and see if I enjoy this one as well. So here we have The Maiden. Okay, there's 2 more books I want to talk about. The next one on my TBR for this month is definitely It Starts With Us. If you aren't super into books or don't know much about it, it is the other book that's going along with It Ends With Us, so it's gonna be called It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. If you haven't read this book and you want to get into reading, I definitely recommend it. It's one of the first books that got me back into reading this year, so I think I read this in February. I pre-ordered It Starts With Us, which comes out October 18th, I believe. So I have that pre-ordered. I'm obviously very excited to read this. I think I'll do a reading vlog on this because I know a lot of people will be expecting reviews from It Starts With Us. So I think it'd be fun to do a little reading vlog on it. So let me know if you guys want to see that. And then last, I'm actually about halfway through this one. I switched to something else that I'm almost done with. So once I'm done with that one, I'll read the rest of this one really quick. It is 100 Other Girls. It's just a cute little book about like work life in New York City and this girl getting a job and trying to kind of like work her way through it. But I really enjoy it so far. I just honestly like switched to a thriller halfway through and I haven't gone back to it, but I'll definitely get back to this one probably tonight, honestly, or tomorrow, and finish this one up. But I really like it so far and I think it's a cute little book. So this is the last one on my fall TBR as of now. But those were all the books that I have right now to show you guys on my little fall TBR. We'll see how many of them I get through. I am going to do a reading wrap up at the end of October. I just want to like collaborate the past 3 months of books that I've read together because I've been in a little bit of a slump. So I didn't want to do like a separate wrap up for each month because it wouldn't have been like that much, which is totally fine. But yeah, that's the plan. So these are my books I would like to read in the fall. I'm sure I'll add more, take some away. You guys know how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what videos you want to see from me coming up. And I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you guys in my next video.